Good morning. It is May the 12th. 12 days of mania down. If you are only doing 15 days, you are almost at your completion. Even at 18 days, you're not that far out. However, I am doing the full month, so we're almost halfway done. So I did it again. I thought I recorded a video before I started, and I didn't. So I'm going to show you where I'm at now, and I still have a few more hours that I'm going to work on it. So the only thing I've really done, though, is back stitching. So I'm working on Fairy Tale Land 2, working on Rapunzel, getting some of her back stitching done. And now I'm going to start this is one strand of the black. And then I'm going to do this tree, well, at least one color. I'm going to work on this color, and then I'll do another strand of back stitch. So that's what I'm doing. Sorry I didn't do it before the back stitch, but you know, it happens. It happens. Okay. So I'm going to keep working on this until 4:30, somewhere in there, and then work on my ATC for a bit. So I will come back at you in just a little bit. Good morning. It is just after 4 o'clock. I'm going to stop on Fairy Tale Lands 2 for this morning and work on my ATC a little bit. So let's look at where it's at. Rapunzel is complete. Well, she has a little outline on her cheek that I haven't gotten to, but for the black outlining, she's completely done, and her name, and I've been working some more on the plants around the castles. So that is where that is at. So I'm going to put it up, and then tonight, well, I'm going to work on my ATC for a little bit and crochet a little bit, and then I'll be back this evening and we'll work on Foxglove and do another new start. So I will see y'all later. Hello, hello, hello. It is the afternoon, evening time of May 12th. I believe, yes, Saturday, May 12th. I'm about to get started. You know, I say that and then it'll probably be like another 30 minutes. But anyways, pulling out Foxglove to put in its mandatory 75 stitches today. So it'll go quick again, just like yesterday. I was watching Farm Girl's vlog of the spring retreat, and they were singing the Stitchy Tube, and now it's stuck in my head, so I'm dancing to music you can't hear. Okay, and there she is. I'm going to start in the wing, add a little bit here, a little bit to the skirt. That's probably all I'll get done in 75 stitches, but remember, I'm alternating. So she's looking pretty good, but now this is when it's going to get real full, is when we get down here into the skirt. And then I'll go back and put in all the beads, because all these little holes you see, they're all for beads. So I'm going to do that. What was I gonna say? I am doing a new start tonight. I haven't pulled it out yet. So you'll see that here in a little bit. And then that'll be my night. I did get some work. I did some crocheting this morning from about 5 to 5:30, and then this afternoon a little bit. So this is where I'm at now. Really, I think I've added 3 rows since I last showed it, but because I'm pretty sure I showed it with the yellow in it. There will be yellow again at some point. There's going to be a lot more turquoise though, because even after the ball, she gave me another big hunk of teal there. I am noticing this last row I worked on, my tension got really tight. So like the edges are kind of like folding. Now that'll get better, you know, when I add the next row in and stuff like that. But it's something I noticed and I'm trying to fix because it does make it look different. So okay. So yeah, that's where I'm at, and it's getting quite a bit bigger. This desk that I'm working on, when I first started taking pictures of it, I would lay it down on the desk and put my hand in the corner so I could kind of compare, you know, how big it's gotten compared to my hand. And now there's not really enough room on the desk to be doing that. So let's see if I could do a quick little give me 1 second. So see if this will show up in the video. So this is where I started. See, my hand took over the whole thing, and then I'm just in this bottom corner, and it's getting bigger. And that's where the yellow got added in. Goodness. And then now. So you can see how it grows, or in that case, how it shrinks. So it's very exciting for something that I'm just now learning to do. And I'm not really, I mean, putting a lot of work into it. It's just kind of a time filler on points where pulling out the cross stitch would mean, you know, too much. Because like what I do at 5 o'clock is I pack everything up in my truck, and the only thing I keep out is my iPad to watch FlossTube and this. And see, this is just, it's hooked on just that's all. And I can stick my iPad in there if I need to, and of course my phone. But when I have cross stitching, I have my bag that I keep my scissors and stuff in. I have the cross stitching itself. So when they walk up and they're ready to take over, you know, I have all this stuff laid out. So with the crochet, I'm just sitting here and I put it in the bag, grab my iPad and go. So I'm not letting it really take away from my stitching time, because even before I would have put my stitching up by that point and then just been watching FlossTube or playing on my phone or something like that. So okay, so I'm gonna get started stitching, and I decided to put my hair up wet, so it's actually kind of staying today. And I will be back in a little. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to being at work with me, right? Okay, so I got my 75 stitches in. I actually got like 90 stitches in, because I don't know how to stop sometimes. As you can see by this thread hanging here, I was working on some of this deep gold that goes along the edge. I got some more done in here, and some of these, yeah, these pinks over here. So that is where she is at tonight. Mom, see you again tomorrow for that. I'm talking to her. Okay, I'm also gonna have to refill some floss because I ran out of a color, but I will do that later. So I can work on other colors. I really can. Okay. So first, let me show you this. We are working on a Brooks Books pattern tonight. This is called Owl Dad by Brooks Books. It says, Dad, a son's first hero, a daughter's first love. I feel like it's super perfect. I can't wait to get started on it. And I am doing it on excuse me, 28 count Lugana in Sagebrush by Under the Sea Fabrics. This was a fabric of the month at some point last year. I don't remember. But so I'm going to get started on that here in just a few minutes. It is almost 9 o'clock, so it should get some decent work on it. Okay, when it comes to my whips, which really that's tomorrow's video, but I'm still going to discuss it right now. I haven't worked on all my whips pre-Mania yet. But for 2 reasons, I'm starting over at this point. First is because 2 of the ones I need to do are Heaven and Earth designs. I keep them in a separate bag because when I bring my Heaven and Earth designs, they have their own floss case. I have to use the stand. They have extra, I have to have a special light. They have a lot of extra equipment. I keep all that in one backpack, and I didn't grab it today because I didn't realize that I was down to those. Some of the other whips have not been worked on yet, but that's because they are from Mania last year, and so they have a special day during the month. So like my Welcome to, Nessa's Blessed, Autumn Wreath, I think that's it at the moment. Those 3 haven't come out to play yet, and it's because they are scheduled at some point during, well, actually they're all scheduled in this next week. So so what I went ahead and pulled out was Guardians of Notre Dame, so I can try and catch back up on it. You're going to hear that again in tomorrow's video because you won't actually see that tonight, but I had to explain. So let me see where this is where we're at. Oh, I just dropped something on this month. First 2 weeks are done. This is my focus for the month. This is the other one I'm having to work on daily because it has to be completed by a certain time. These are the 2 that I finished. This is where we're scheduled tonight and then throughout the week. Because, see, I'm supposed to be doing a Heaven and Earth design in the morning, but can't do that. So that's going to have to get switched around. So, that's where we're at on this month. We're doing good. I'm fixing to have to start a second whip tracker because I'm out of spaces, which I knew was a possibility. And had I thought ahead, I would have just printed it both sides, but I didn't, so I have a second one here. Yeah, to work on. But it's gonna be a lot more filled in than most months because I'm working on so many things in one day. So that is where we're at. The stitch count is caught up. No, I didn't put the 11th on there for yesterday, but I could do that. I'm going to pick up what I dropped. I'm going to get to stitching, and I will be back at midnight to show you where I got to. Bye. Good morning. You know, I keep telling the truck drivers that, and they look at me like I'm crazy because it's midnight. After midnight, it's morning, right? I don't know. Anyway. So I ended up having to do a training phone call with my boss, so not as much stitching as I would have liked, but we got to start, and that's the whole point of StitchMaynia, is just starts. Some people were only putting like, you know, 15 minutes worth of stitching in, and mine's a couple hours, so, you know, can't complain. I always want more. Always want more stitching. What symbol is this? 1 second. Let me put this up before I lose it. I have found that sitting in this tiny shack and going in and out of it a lot, I will lose threads all the time, because while I'm stitching with them, I will like set them right there on my iPad or, you know, on the counter. Well, then when what color? There we go. Then when I pick this up, I'll knock them on the ground, or they'll get attached to me somewhere, or I'll open up the door and the wind blows them. I'm horrible. So anyway, here's my start. I got most of the A done for Dad and started a little bit on the owl up here. So you can compare. That is where I'm at. I do have to say, after I started this, I thought about, I should have changed the color of the word Dad, because I think blue is one of my husband's least favorite colors. Red being his most favorite, but he won't really care. I thought about that. Considered it for a minute. Didn't want to pull out what, 15 stitches I had in there, and plus I'd have to go get thread and find a color I like. So I just let it go. But that was the new start for May 12th. Looking forward to getting back to that later. And so now I'm going to eat some dinner and move on to my whip for Sunday, May 13th. No, I have this fabric. So there's that. I do believe it's another new start tonight. Maybe not. It might not be. Just kidding. I don't know. Okay, so no more distracted rambling. I am gonna let y'all go. I hope y'all have a great and amazing Sunday, because that's when you'll actually see this. And oh, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. I celebrated Mother's Day on Wednesday with my husband, but yesterday my kids gave me that. So it is gorgeous. I especially like this rose back here. It is just absolutely gorgeous. So love those little buggers, and I don't even get to see them today. Well, no, I take that back. We're gonna go have lunch with them before we leave for work. So yep, that's where I'm at. I hope y'all all have a great Sunday. Happy Mother's Day. See y'all tomorrow.